Henry Brown, and I play bass for the band, and I also sing for the band as well. And then there's Elo, who plays lead guitar for the band, and then there's Jake, who plays rhythm guitar for the band, and he also sings as well. And then there's Dan, who plays the drums. Well, I mean, not to split hairs, but I was basically the reason Doublethink started in the first place.
Henry used to talk about how he started the band, and I don't see that at all, actually.
Because, I mean, I did like jazz band and stuff, so I had a lot of creative starting. I was a little ahead of everybody else, especially Dan and like all of them. And it's just like they needed me to give them that extra push.
Initially I wasn't in the band, and I remember Jake and Henry coming up to me and said, "Yo, you want to jam sometime?" And I just said, "Yeah, sure." And back then I really didn't know. I only played the keyboard, so I had to change to guitar, and I just a natural, I guess. And I just came in the band and did what I had to do, and that's how it started.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of my favorite parts of being in Doublethink was the live performances.
We just got out there, and our first show, I remember, St. Joe's Rocks, yeah.
Like, bring across who we are as people into our live performances, and we like to, interact with the massive crowds that we would attract to shows like Extreme Wheels, usually sell out the place. St. Joe's Rocks, we won that because we're awesome.
We killed it. We played 3 covers because, we didn't write back then, and we played Pokemon theme song. People really liked that. I liked that. I know the boys liked that. And I remember just looking down to the crowd, and those boys were liking it.
We, as a band, when we started, we had only a few particular interests, but as that got on, we developed, as well as our things that interested us, we also had musical things, and that really brought us together. Well, I guess the deterioration of the band all started with Megan Kennedy, and I guess she showed up and there was this immediate problem.
I have nothing to say about that.
Megan Kennedy was absolutely our greatest problem. I mean, it got to a point where Dan just wouldn't have any of it, and that's why he left.
So yeah, Dan left, and then we didn't have a drummer, so Jake stepped in, and I guess it just didn't work out, and just Jake and Henry kept going at it, and I just kind of sat back, and I think that's where I went wrong. I think I should have stepped up.
When we lost Dan, it was like we were on a crutch or something. We just couldn't do it. Jake sucked the drums, and
wait, Henry said what? Henry said that. Are you kidding me? Henry tries to blame everything on everyone else. Everything that's happening in this band is his fault. Everything. Henry, if I find you, I swear to God.
Just couldn't put it together in time, and I just couldn't do it. That was that.
In the middle of the song, we're like just right in the heat of it, Like we're getting really into the song. And then Henry stops playing and says, "Oh, my bass is out of tune. I'm leaving." And that right there was like one of the first times we just didn't mesh like we used to.
When the band started to fall apart was basically when usually we would get pizza, with band practices, and we usually just have a good time, and then Henry Brown, our bassist, usually like double cheese on his pizza, but if we didn't get it, he just wouldn't eat it, and he would make us feel really uncomfortable because he would just be in the corner. And we would, "Henry, you want this pizza? It's not double cheese this time." And he'd be like, "No, I'm not hungry." But we knew he was hungry. He was definitely hungry because he's the bassist. And that just made it really bad. And then I think our drummer, Dan, just couldn't take it and he left. And that's when it really fell apart.
I tried to fill in because, my drum chops are pretty solid, because I play a lot of Avenged Sevenfold and Slayer, like Dave Lombardo, my idol personally, and Neil Murphy. He's one of those guys that's just way up there in the ranks. And I tried, and Henry just wasn't having it again. And Henry just wouldn't play any shows anymore. Idolo was into it. I was into it. Henry wasn't into it.
After Dan left, I just felt that Jake stepped in, and then it wasn't really working out, and I felt like maybe I should step up and be the drummer. And I remember buying the DVD, Neil Murphy Drumming 101, and I learned a couple things, but I guess I never stepped up and did what I needed to do, and the band just fell apart, and I haven't talked to the guy since then.
I won't say that we're not still into each other, but like it just doesn't seem possible. It's like, how could we bring the innocence and magic of Doublethink back to how it originally was?
I'd like to play another show if we could just all come back together like we used to. But first of all, that little person that left the band would have to apologize for what he's done, and Mr. Hanky over here will have to start acting like the man that he was born to be, the man that I know he can't be.
Right now, I'm trying to get a new band. I have a couple of friends. We've been talking, and I've been just staying in the music business. I've been managing, I've been recording some solo stuff. Check it out, and that's about it. Hopefully I get a call from Doublethink and we do a Christmas show or something, yeah.